Hey Retro Gamers, Antarp here from RetroGamesCollector.com and welcome to my pickups video. And boy is this a pickups video. I've got tons and tons of stuff to show you, so I'll crack on. My pickups videos wouldn't be pickups videos without ZX81, so I don't even know where to start actually, so we'll start with ZX81 as I usually do. A couple of Timex Sinclair 1000 titles here from the US. Checkbook Manager, not very exciting. They will probably stay sealed. These are just literally just for my collection. I doubt I'm ever going to need a checkbook manager. Do we use checkbooks anymore? No, we don't. Was it ever any use? Probably not. But it was made. And a loan mortgage amortizer. Again, you know, pretty useless back in the day, let alone now. And sealed, and will stay sealed and just go in my collection. I've got quite a few Timex 1000 titles. They made lots of these, so I think I've still got quite a few to go. I haven't got a definitive list of the Timex Sinclair 1000 titles, so if anybody can point me to one, I'd be very grateful. I've got definitive lists for like sort of the European and UK released Sinclair titles, but nothing for the Timex Sinclair 1000 range in the US. So if anybody's got a definitive list for me, could you let me know? Drop a link down in the comments, or just contact me directly through the website. But yeah, another two nice things for my collection there. I'm going to be running out of room during this video, and you'll see why in a second, so bear with me while I put piles up. If I obscure my face, I do apologise. Mr. Bads, still blaming him for starting me off on this collection. This one's a bit unusual. I got this one not realising it was a US version. Now I'll just grab one of the British ones, or shall I say European releases, and there's your difference. So they are slightly different boxes, as you can see. I never realised that there was a difference in these iMagic titles, but yes, there is, and that is the difference. The writing's in white on a red background, it's on black in a red background. But apart from that, another nice addition to my collection, and another shiny iMagic title. Right, what next? Let's just do the Atari, pretty standard Atari ones. Phoenix, in a really nice box. I got this in a bundle with a trade I did with somebody. So it's Phoenix, Real Sports Football. That one, yeah, that one's still sealed. That one's never been opened. If I haven't already got the cart, which I think I have, I will open that to play it, but I think I've already got the cart, so that may stay sealed. And Double Dunk. It isn't a bad game actually. Not a bad basketball game. Now we move on to the really sort of cream of the crop Atari things that I've managed to get hold of. Again, in that swap bundle that I did with somebody. I bought a bunch of boxes basically, empty boxes, because I've been collecting carts now for 20 odd years and I've got a lot of cartridges and I haven't got the boxes. So when this bundle came along where I could buy all the boxes, I already had the carts to put in them. So yeah, Donkey Kong, original big box. But these are quite pricey now to buy a box, so I did a fairly good deal with these. So yeah, there's Donkey Kong. the original big box for it. And we'll start piling things up down here. So we're going to run out of room. An invitation to programming. This wasn't part of the bundle, this was one I picked up separately. An invitation to programming 2. Very big box. Atari 400, 800. Missile Command. Another, again, this was part of the bundle, part of the swap. Empty box, but I already had the cart for it. It's complete. So I say empty box, they all come with instructions. So they're literally just missing the cartridges. And I had the cartridges to fill the boxes. So that's another one complete now. And that's nice. That's a nice one to display, I think, that one. So that's Atari. It was originally made for the 400, 800, and they've slapped a sticker on here saying also plays on the XE game system, an XE XL computer. So it obviously wasn't sold till quite late on that one. Now we're getting down to even more interesting things. These Atari 8-bit cartridge silver boxes. Now, these you don't see very often in the UK. A lot more prevalent in the US, but a nice little collection here. So first of all, I've got tennis. Again, did I have the cartridge for that one? No, didn't have the cartridge for that one and still haven't. So I'm searching for the cartridge for that. Pole position, did have the cartridge for this. That's got the cartridge in. So I was able to complete that one. Pac-Man, got the cartridge for that, so that one's now complete. All in nice conditions, these. I should be getting box protectors for these to keep them nice and minty. Ms. Pac-Man, again, I had the cart for that, so that's got the cartridge in. Moon Patrol didn't have the cart for this one, so that one's empty. Well, it's got the instructions, it's a box of instructions, so I'm after the cart for that. So if anybody's got the carts, when I'm saying like I need the carts for them, and you want to sell, just let me know in the comments down below. Moon Patrol. Just had the cartridge for this, so that one's now complete. Donkey Kong Jr. had the cartridge for this, so that one's now complete. Football, that one came with the cartridge in it, so I've now got 2 cartridges. So I've got a spare. That's football. When they say football, it's American football, so it's not real football. It's like running around with the ball in your hands, really. Banging it on the ground and shouting touchdown. It's not really football, is it? It's like airy-fairy rugby, really. Even more interesting stuff. It gets more interesting as you go along. XE cartridge boxes. Now, I just don't see these anywhere, and when you do, they are really expensive. I've got a load of XE cartridge boxes. I already had a load of XE carts, so I've been able to fill these, or most of them anyway. Gato, that one came with the cartridge in it actually. So, and I didn't have the cartridge, so that was perfect. Perfect one to come with a cartridge in it. Ace of Aces, again, that one came with the cartridge in it already, so I didn't need to find that one, or didn't need to transfer it from my original collection. So that one's complete. I think I've got 2 Ace of Aces cartridges now, Ace of Aces cartridges. Crossbow had that cartridge, so that one's now filled. Again, all these boxes came with their instructions, and they're all in really, really minty condition. So these will all go in protectors as well. That's Crossbow for the XE. These are lovely, these blue boxes. I really, and there's tons of them. Forgive you if I'm boring you at the moment, but there is other things to come after these boxes. Crime Buster, haven't got the cartridge, and it didn't come with it, so that one I'm after. Blue Max had the cartridge for that one. That one's now complete. All in lovely minty condition, and when I say, they all come with instructions. So, through. Battlezone, I haven't got the cartridge for that one. No cartridge in there, so, and I didn't have it in my collection, so I'm after that one. Battlezone. Ball Blazer, yes, we've all got that cartridge a billion times over. Possibly one of the most common XE cartridges you can get hold of. Now complete, again, lovely minty box. I will put these in box protectors as soon as possible, keep them nice and minty. Barnyard Blaster, again, another cartridge that's really common, so I already had that one. They keep coming, folks. There's a lot of these. Archon, or Archon, I don't know how you pronounce it. Light in the Dark, haven't got the cartridge for that, so I'm after that one. Airball, haven't got the cartridge for that one. Don't think, no. So I need that one as well. Thunder Fox, I haven't got the cartridge for this one. This is a little group of boxes that I haven't got the cartridges for, so I haven't got the cartridge for that. Again, box instructions, ready to take a cartridge, so if anybody's got it for sale, let me know. I'd love to complete it. Eagle's Nest, another one I haven't got. I think the rest after this I probably have, yeah. Another one I didn't have, so the last sort of 5 or so I didn't have cartridges for. This Eagle's Nest, I'm after that one. Hardball, got the cartridge for that one already, so that one went in there, and that one's all complete now. Making sure I'm not crushing the boxes underneath. Oops. This is the danger of having a loft room for your collection. You soon outgrow it. Food Fight had the cartridge for that, so that one's gone in. Another minty box with instructions, complete now. Desert Falcon had the cartridge for that one. Rescue on Fractalus had the cartridge for that one too. One of my favourite games. Absolutely love that game. There's an article on my website done by Trevor Briscoe, and he talks about the time when he played Rescue on Fractalus for the first time and got scared out of his life by the knocking on the when you hear the knocking on the ship, and then you see the alien come up in front of the windscreen. It's quite a good article if you go and search it out. Load Runner, yes, I had the cartridge for that one. That one's in there, so all complete again now. Star Raiders 2, got Star Raiders and Star Raiders 2, so the cartridge went in there. Thicker booklet on that one, Star Raiders 2. Midnight Magic Pinball, again all complete now in a lovely box. And the last one, Dark Chambers, had the cartridge for that, and I think it was one of the last ever games to be released for the 2600, that was, and this is the XE version. It's basically Gauntlet. So there you go. It's really good, very good game. So a massive collection of Atari boxes that I've now been able to complete a lot of. I mean, what a collection. I'm so stoked to have those in my collection now. My Atari collection is looking good at the moment. I am well chuffed. Blue XE boxes you just can't get hold of, so to get those I am like over the moon. What a find. Yeah. So I was well pleased when I did that little swap. Swapped some ZX Spectrum boxed peripherals for it all. The guy who swapped with me was very happy. I was ecstatic. So I've got sort of 2/3 of those full of cartridges now, complete. I'm just after the others. They are very hard to get hold of, XE cartridges in the UK. You don't see them come up very often, and when they do, they're sort of in the 30 to 40 price, 30 to 40 pound price range just for the cartridge on its own. If you're looking at boxes, you're talking 50-60 quid at the bare minimum. They are hard to get hold of and very sought after. So, woo! Very pleased with that little haul. So let's pop these back down here out of the way so you can actually see what I'm doing. Try not to wreck the joint while I'm at it, or wreck the boxes because they're all in such good condition. Talking of boxes, look what I got hold of. Oh, an Atari 800 XL box with polys in really good nick. Already had the manual, already had the computer. It's now complete. Yes, same chap, same deal. I've been doing really well recently. On something a little bit different, I've been having some of my consoles modded because, well, I'm a bit fed up of RF. On my older consoles, sort of my video pack, my ColecoVision, my Intellivision, I've been using them on RF. It's worked, but obviously, you know, they detune after a while. The picture quality is not the greatest. So I sent them to somebody who knew what they were doing. I can solder, but I'm not an electronics expert by any means. So whilst I can solder and I can fix obvious faults, I can't diagnose stuff, and I can't do things like AV mods, not without like buying a kit and being told exactly where to solder everything. So I just sent these off to somebody who knew exactly what they were doing, and they've done such a brilliant job. So this is what they came up with. So if you look on the back there, you can't really see a lot, can you? So the AV mod is that tiny little port there, and what they've done, they've used one of these babies. So this is your composite all-from-one 3.5mm jack. So that one 3.5mm jack, you've got audio on the bottom, you've got ground, then video, and then audio on the top of the pin, so that it all goes through one plug, as opposed to having sort of RCA jacks on the back of your console. So I didn't want to ruin the look of the console with RCA jacks. I absolutely hate to see RCA jacks sticking out the back of old consoles. You know, it shouldn't be there. Wasn't there in the first place. I don't like adding them if I can help it. So they've done a really discreet job of putting a tiny little port there for this 3.5mm jack to go in, and then connects up to your telly composite. So composite is not the best, but it's infinitely better than RF. So now I can play these in sort of like all their glory now, better than they ever were originally. So I'm really happy about that. Now, similar sort of job was done. I'll just put these out of the way, making sure not to drop them and wreck them now after they've been done. I had the same thing done to my ColecoVision. A really nice, neat little port there, right in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. Same thing, uses the same lead. So now I can use my ColecoVision properly. and I also had the same done to my Intellivision. So that is that tiny little hole there is the port for that composite lead. So I'm well chuffed now to be able to use these properly. Obviously I have always been able to use them, but with RF, and the quality hasn't been the greatest, which does detract from the games rather. Back in the day we put up with it because it was all we had. Nowadays we're used to playing on things that are a little bit better looking. So now these are RF composite modded and not RF anymore. I think I'm going to get a lot more enjoyment out of them. I need to get a multi-cart for my Intellivision. I need to get a multi-cart for my G7000. I've got all the sort of individual games for both. I have got a multi-cart for my ColecoVision. It's this one here. So it's 192 in one cartridge. I've had for quite a while, but the RF on this was terrible, to be honest. It was the worst one of the bunch. So now I can play these 192 games in all their glory. So I'm well chuffed with it. Now, last but very much not least is this little baby. You can't quite see it because it's slightly out of shot. So I'll put a better shot of it up here right now. This is an Apple IIGS. I think some of you may have seen my SWTPC 6800 that I showed a few weeks ago on this channel that I had, and I said I was going to sell it. I didn't sell it, I swapped it for this Apple IIGS, which is an absolute beauty. It comes with the original screen, it comes with original keyboard, original mouse, all original cables, a 3.5-inch floppy drive original, a 5.25 floppy drive original, and I have since added a bootable ROM to it, so I don't have to keep bunging a floppy drive in to get ProDOS up. The thing is an absolute beauty. I've always wanted one of these. I would prefer a Lisa, but affording a Lisa now is like, well, you can't afford a Lisa unless you've got unless you take out a second mortgage. So an Apple IIGS was my sort of next down on the Grail list for Apple products, and here it is in all its beauty and all its glory. It is an absolutely beautiful piece of kit. It will have pride of place on this table. I doubt if it'll ever be taken off again now because it's infinitely usable. I can use it for Apple II games. It is totally backwards compatible with Apple II. They, in their wisdom, back in the mid 80s, they put a chip in it which emulates the Apple II completely. So basically it will run any Apple II software, plus all the GS software. I'm quite looking forward to playing sort of the Zorks and the Ultimas on it, and things like that. I know they don't push its capabilities. Sound capabilities on this thing are amazing. The sound chip in this is beyond brilliant. It was designed by the same chap who did the SID for the Commodore 64, but it went full on to town with this. It has got the best sound out of all of the 16-bit computers, including ST and the Amiga. So there we have it. It's an absolute beautiful bit of kit, and I'm going to really enjoy using that. Probably one of the best things I've bought in years, or had or swapped in years. It is really cool bit of kit. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the notifications button if you can. And if you want to see more from me, and until next time, guys, keep it retro.